Good morning. I thought I would take this time to just share with you a recent article that I came across. It had to do with hypnotherapy and the use of hypnotherapy for urinary incontinence. Now, let's start with urinary incontinence. There are, as a gynecologist, two forms of incontinence that I often come across. One is stress urinary incontinence, and the other is urge urinary incontinence. Now, to differentiate the two, with stress urinary incontinence, that typically occurs when a woman bears down, coughs, laughs, sneezes. She doesn't necessarily have an urge to urinate, but anything that results in a bearing down, exercise, running, laughing, anything that causes a bearing down will result in the involuntary loss of urine. The other is stress, is urge urinary incontinence, and with that, the woman is overcome with an urge to urinate. It's like, when I gotta go, I gotta go. When I gotta go, I gotta go. And this can happen at any time. And so this article had to do with hypnotherapy and urinary urge incontinence. And actually, this is a big deal because adult urinary incontinence is a very big business. In fact, it has been projected that the use of adult diapers will outpace the use of baby diapers because we're aging as a population. There are increasing number of elderly folks, elderly women, and this does predominantly affect women. So urge urinary incontinence is a big deal, and the treatment offered for anyone suffering urinary urge incontinence has been medication. The medication helps to relax the urinary bladder muscles, and this results in a decrease of involuntary loss of urine. It's thought to occur because of the involuntary contractions of the bladder. So let me just say that one more time to be absolutely clear. Urinary incontinence is a big deal. There are actually two very big types of urinary incontinence: stress urinary incontinence and urge urinary incontinence. Stress urinary incontinence, you don't feel an urge, you just happen to bear down. That results in loss of urine. Urge urinary incontinence is defined by having an overwhelming urge. I gotta go, I gotta go. The treatment to date has been medication. The reality is that most people don't like taking medication on an ongoing basis, and the consistency of women taking this medication has not been good. And so what happens is women may start, but then stop, discontinue the use of the medication. And so looking for alternatives in treatment, hypnotherapy has been studied. Now, what exactly is hypnotherapy? I am not a hypnotherapist, and I will say this is based on my own preliminary research into hypnotherapy, but basically it's inducing a state of deep relaxation. And in the study, there is a comparison between medication and the use of hypnotherapy. A group of women divided into two groups. One group is given medication and followed for an 8-week period. The other group is given hypnotherapy and taught to use self-hypnotherapy, and they both are monitored weekly. At the end of the study, at the 2-month mark, they looked at, did Either one helped the urge urinary incontinence, and did one method, medication versus hypnotherapy, perform better. So they looked at this incidence of urge urinary incontinence at 2 months, again at 6 months, and then once more at 12 months, to compare the two groups of women, one that used medication, the other that used hypnotherapy. The women were advised to continue with medication and to continue with the hypnotherapy throughout the 8 weeks of the study. Drum roll. The results showed that both the medication and hypnotherapy resulted in a decrease in the incidence of urge urinary incontinence. Both were effective at the 2-month mark. When looking at 6 months and again at 12 months, both were effective, but at 6 and 12 months, hypnotherapy seemed more effective, proved more effective than medication. So just the thought, maybe not every ailment, not every concern needs medication. Maybe if we learn and have different tools accessible to us, the ability to enter into a deep relaxation, the ability to use alternatives to medication, we may find that we may not need to be as dependent on medication as we thought. The other thought is that this is a real game changer. It would help women, if effective, in saving money and in improving the quality of their life. And so, is it worth a try? It's for you to decide. It's for you to discuss with your gynecologist, your urogynecologist, your urologist. It's something that's available to you, another tool to use in your quest to control, eliminate urinary urge incontinence. This is Dr. Rahman, and I am taking a few moments to share bits of information that I'm coming across that I think will help us all live a better quality life. Signing off, and have a great day. This is Dr. Rahman.